Welcome back to Midday. We have Sandy Volo from Abbott Wealth Management joining us. Thanks for being here again,
Thanks
Sandy.
for having me.
We haven't seen you in a while, so we welcome you back.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been a couple months, I think. We take turns.
You take turns,
Yes.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
Keeping us on our toes. Who's coming?
Yeah, it works out well.
We also have a new topic.
Yes.
It is now April, so we're talking about insure your wealth.
Right.
That's sort of the idea, and I know that we'll have be discussing various points of insuring your wealth, and today we're talking about travel insurance.
I thought this would be a great topic just because a lot of people don't fully realize the implications if they do travel without the insurance. And so many people, we have clients that come in and say, oh, we're not going to get that. If something happens to me, the wife can cremate me and ship me back home. And really unrealistic, because you're not going to do that. Your spouse is going to do everything they can to help you.
Of course.
Overseas, if that's where you happen to be, or abroad. But some interesting points, and that is, even if you're traveling to another province, you should still obtain travel insurance. A lot of people don't realize that. Their provincial plan may cover most costs, but it won't cover, for instance, ground and air transportation, MRIs, x-rays, drugs, anything like that. It can stop there. So it can really affect your investment. So if you get into a situation down south, for instance, and you have to go to the hospital and you've incurred hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical expenses, where are you going to get that money from? It's going to be your RSPs, your tax-free savings, perhaps a second mortgage on your home. It can impact so many things. An interesting poll they did, half the people traveling this year said they will not get insurance.
Really?
Yes, and 99% of people that travel short, like 1 to 2 day trips just across the border or the provincial border, they don't get it.
Wow.
And it can easily happen, right? You can get in a car accident, an uninsured motorist, and now you're in trouble, even though you just went across to, Washington to get eggs and milk and gas.
Yeah, you just never know.
You don't know.
Yeah, it's better to be prepared. We have a couple of slides. Let's put this. So, of course, insure your wealth is our topic. The first slide, you may have touched on some of these already, Sandy, but why should people purchase travel insurance? Well, there's some points right there. And it is really interesting because I know that a lot of people have travel insurance kind of covered through their visa or their whatever it might be.
Exactly. So that's really important to check that out. Know your plan. A lot of visas will stop at age 65, like your credit card insurance. So make sure you know what it will cover. Know the limitations. So for instance, if you're doing a hazardous activity, you're doing zip lining and you break your leg, your plan may not cover that. So make sure you know ahead of time. If there's a travel advisory, check when you book your trip and just before you leave. Because if there's a travel advisory and you go anyway,
then that might be.
It may not be covered. So just know your plan. Know that the insurance companies don't not want to pay. Like they don't want that reputation of not paying their claims. Most of the time, it's legitimate if they're declining. It's because you were, you misled, you had a pre-existing condition, you were doing something you shouldn't have been doing. So there's no guarantee. So make sure that you know your policy before you leave. And there's many different kinds, multi-trip, single trip. And I'd like to bring up the next slide because normally we don't, specifically tell you about a specific product or company, but I've done a lot of internet searching and I can't find any other product quite like this Manulife Travel 80 plan. I own it myself because a few years ago I lost a very close family member. He had a heart issue and we thought he was going to pull through. He did not, but it really rang true to me that if he had survived, he would never have been able to get or afford travel insurance. So I thought, I'm not going to do that to my spouse. I want to make sure I can travel, when I retire and not affect him. So it's a very interesting product.
These are some great points under this.
It is amazing. So you buy it when you're young. I didn't buy mine quite as young as I probably could have. The premium would have been cheaper. But you buy it based on your current medical situation. So good health between the age of 18 and 65. So you have to buy it before your age 65, but it's a policy that goes to your age 80. It does cover pre-existing conditions as long as they've been stable for 3 months prior. Guaranteed to get the top up. So if you're going longer than 30 days, they guarantee you your top up as long as you're stable in that period of time. So for instance, I bought this policy in 10 years, so I've had it for 7. 3 more years, I'm going to get 50% of my premiums back.
Wow.
And that happens every 10 years for as long as I have it up to age 80, right?
So you would say that this is probably one of the best ones out there.
Well, it's the only one I know of. So that's why I'm saying like Manulife is the only provider that I know of that has this. You can claim the premiums on your income tax. So it's a medical expense. You can extend your trips, of course, longer than the 30 days if you need to. It's the annual premium, like I said, you could pay it monthly, so you can put it on your Visa card and collect points in addition. So I really like the plan. I can feel very confident. I never have to worry about going and getting travel insurance because I'm covered as long as I'm, up to the 30 days. Otherwise, I would have to take other steps to make sure I've got that in place. But it's just a wonderful product, and I think everybody, it would ease a lot of
encourage
problems.
people.
If I had a heart attack today, normally, and I didn't have this plan, I would go to BCAA or somewhere to get travel insurance. They'd probably say no.
Right.
And it could have happened 6 months ago and I've been stable, but they would say no, I'm sure. Or I'd be highly rated.
Right.
So, and it's also, the premiums don't increase. So even though I'm getting older, maybe my health has declined, premiums don't change. So as soon as I bought the policy, that premium was fixed.
Wonderful.
So it's an awesome product.
All right. Well, thanks for telling us about it. So Manulife Travel 80 is the plan that Sandy's talking about. Check it out. For more information on Abbott, there it is on the screen. And yeah, we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sandy.
Great.
We're back in a moment with Linda Coles for Taste of Wine Wednesday. Stay with us.
Ooh.